the past. Yeah, become history. And then now we are in a digital era. In Malaysia, the Kementerian Komunikasi also have changed to Kementerian Komunikasi Digital. That shows that the digital is a new things, is the now things, is the present things for listening to music. And in our case, it's Nasheed lah. And the digital is including like platform like Spotify, these streaming. In digital era also it have the change, ada perubahan juga. We started from downloading the music, new songs we download it, we pay and we download it, like we have iTunes. But until now, downloading is already history also. So for the music, people only want to stream. They don't want to keep the audio, the music in their phone anymore, because we have cloud, we have all that. So now it's streaming. We have YouTube. YouTube is streaming based. We have Spotify is streaming based. We have like Deezer, KK Box in Malaysia is streaming based. And even iPhone, Apple have to change from iTunes to Apple Music, which is also a streaming-based platform. And it looks like free, because now music looks like free. You can get music available free. When an artist releases a single, it looks like it's a free thing. You just release it on YouTube, on Spotify. You can listen to it free without any payment. Unless you subscribe or something, you got the premium one, without advertisement. So that's the difference between last time, or between Nasheed before this and now in terms of the technology, how to use it. But of course, we have in another perspective we can look into, like the genre of the Nasheed itself, the music concept, arrangement of the Nasheed itself. So before we talk specifically or more detailed into the history of Nasheed in Malaysia or in the worldwide, so that's like only the surface of it, introduction of it. And then after this we will talk about the details of how Nasheed started in Malaysia until now, and we can see the difference, inshallah. Wallahu alam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Thank you, brother Akram. Akwan. Masya-Allah. Masya-Allah. So inshallah, back to the topic we discussed now is about history of Nasheed in Nusantara. So is there any differences in genre? Actually, Nasheed has represent Islam, how we portray or deliver the message of Islam in art. So as it represent Islam is the universal. So it can be in any way of delivery, any kind of races in the world. So that's why it's dia berkembang mengikut zaman dan dia sentiasa relevan dengan mana-mana bangsa dalam dunia ni. That's why Nasheed dia pun keep on disesuaikan dengan zaman itu. Kalau satu ketika dulu tahun mungkin sebelum masa zaman merdeka, tahun 50-an, 60-an, 70-an, zaman tu mungkin ustazah ataupun orang yang pergi haji pun pakai tudung berjambung di hadapan. Dan hajah-hajahnya kan. Kemudian so itulah kan umat Islam masa tu, maksudnya kalau pergi sekolah pun berseluar pendek yang lelakinya. Tapi hari ini alhamdulillah dengan gaya tudungnya yang macam ikan bawal lah. Namanya lah kan, pelbagai macam-macam trend. fashion is fashion. Begitu juga macam Nasheed is a art, seni. That's why kalau dulu mungkin bunyi Nasheed itu tampil sebagai, sebab dia asalnya datang daripada, is come from Arabs, from negara Arab, tanah Arab lah. Kalau dulu kita panggil padang pasir, ya. Bunyinya lebih kepada taranum Al-Quran, lagu-lagu Al-Quran, ya, ataupun lagu-lagu berbudaya Arab, ya. Sebab Islam tu asalnya daripada Nabi SAW yang berasal daripada Mekkatul Mukarramah, ya, di sepanjang di semenanjung Arab. Jadi kemudian peredaran zaman telah merubah agama, seni suara Islam itu kepada banyak budaya bangsa, ya, sesuai dengan seni muzik itu sendiri. Dan dia dah masuk ke tanah Melayu Nusantara. Dia tampil dengan muzik-muzik yang bertemakan Melayu asli, ya, lagu-lagu rakyat, ya, lagu-lagu kita punya essence lah, kan, kita punya bangsa kita, ya, di Nusantara. Kalau kita tengok pun macam mana lahirnya seni berzanji, marhaban, ya. Kalau di tempat kita, ya, kalau di Indonesia mungkin ada pelbagai lagi, ada hadrah, ya, yang mana disesuaikan dengan cara pendekatan dakwah untuk Nusantara, ya. Ini mungkin saya fokus pada di Nusantara lah, kan. Kemudian alhamdulillah agama ini memang berkembang di seluruh dunia. Islam alhamdulillah is a universal religion yang masuk ke Eropah, masuk ke benua Amerika, and then dia telah berjaya masuk ke dalam budaya bangsa yang lain satu dunia ini. Sebab tu kalau di sebelah Amerika ni, Nasheed kalau dipanggil Nasheed lah, ya. Kalau contohnya kami got cooperation with featuring with Jadin from Dean Squad from Canada. It's a rap, hip hop scene, yeah? Because of the music here is mostly is on that hip hop genre, yeah? So that's why sebab tu Nasheed tu menjadi satu seni suara yang universal, yeah? Dan kami sendiri mencuba untuk membawakan Nasheed dengan kaedah adanya hip hop rap dalam lagu kami, macam Ya Robia, lagu I Love Muhammad with Jadin, and then I think latest one is with Sam Bangface, yeah? Mencari Sinar, and this is part of rap there, yeah? Lots of Nasheed, yeah? So itu perkembangan Nasheed yang relevan untuk semua genre. Maksudnya Nasheed itu dia sangat universal. Dia boleh masuk ke genre-genre lagu-lagu yang sebegitu. Kalau kami ini kemudian Nasheed tahun 2000, kan, InTeam is a pop Nasheed, which is pop is a mainstream genre in Malaysia and the most Nusantara. And then Mirwana, I think, is come out with soul and R&B types of genre, but delivering a Nasheed genre. Yeah? And then Robani also come out with Pergi Tak Kembali, yeah? With dance. Although it's a talk. The topic is on the death, yeah? Tentang kematian, tapi the music itself come out with genre of R&B, dance, yeah? So that's why Nasheed tu dia sesuai pada setiap genre. Boleh ada, kalau nak rock tu saya rasa I think we got the song like Rabi'atul Adawiyah, it's a pop rock, and then if you go furthermore, I think like group what you call Al-Farabi Band. They come out with it's a band, music band group, yeah? Which is with, although they wearing sarban, but their music is totally is a rock, but the message, the genre, they claim themselves as a Nasheed. That's why that is how the difference from early Merdeka Malaysia till now, till the millennium year. And then the approach also, alhamdulillah, they can relevant, the Nasheed can be in follow, can be in like from the lots of different categories of society, inshallah.
Okay, saya tambah sikit lagi. Nasheed kalau di Nusantara, in Nusantara, it started way behind from zaman apa? Sunan Wali Songo, sorry. Dari zaman Wali Songo lagi, when they try to spread Dawah through creative ways or creative methods. Like we have like Tombo Ati, written by Sunan Bonang, Lir Ilir, written by Sunan Kalijaga. And they use also like Wayang Kulit or Dikir Barat or something like that to spread Dawah to people in Nusantara lah, especially in Malaysia, Indonesia, around the Tanah Melayu that time. That's way behind before the modern age. And then in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, we have like in the 60s or 70s, we have like El Suraya, Al Jawahir, Al Mizan. That time Nasheed is said to be Padang Pasir, like lagu Padang Pasir. It's very high influence on Arabic musical influence. So that time Nasheed is like a very long song. The intro itself, the music intro itself, like 2 or 3 minutes, and then you start the song. And the musical instruments is, they use the maqamat, the Arabic maqam, the Arabic tarannum, yeah. And after that, we have in Malaysia specifically, we have the underground time for Nasheed. We call it like Nada Murni, the Zik. This group is come from the association Al-Arqam at that time. And also they have in Indonesia, in Southern Thai, the branch of the group, Nada Murni, the Zikr, Nahwan Nur, what else? What else? There's a lot of them, but the popular one is Nada Murni and the Zikr, whereby Nada Murni will become Rabbani and Hijaz in the contemporary age of Nasheed. And the Zikr become Raihan, become Raihan in 1996 or 1995. 1995. So when Raihan, when Al-Arqam is being, masa itu diharamkan, ditutup. So Raihan and Rabbani, the big music label approach them, like Warner Music, Sony Music. So they are no more underground. They're not underground anymore. So Rabbani got offered from EMI. Raihan got offered from Warner Music, big labels. So that where Raihan become very popular when they released with the Puji Pujian album on 1995. So that time Warner Music is their music label, and the producers of the album is like Nasir Abu Qasim. Even Tony Fernandez, the Asia boss now, is also one of the men behind this successful album, Puji Pujian. And we have Farihin Abdul Fattah. Farihin Abdul Fattah is the producers also for the Puji Pujian album. So that time is the starting point of Nasheed contemporary era. I mean, in 1995 until now. So we can say that from 1995, Nasheed is, become mainstream, not anymore underground music. So after Raihan, we have Rabbani released with the first album with EMI. We have Hijaz. Hijaz is the group also from Nada Murni, Munif Hijaz and Allah Yarham Ustaz Asri. Both is a vocalist of Nada Murni Nasheed group, becoming Rabbani and Hijaz. And then that's the first generation of Nasheed contemporary. And then we have Brothers, the second generation. Now Sihart, we have Firdaus, we have Saujana. Saujana, that's the second generation of the Nasheed contemporary. And then we have third generation of Nasheed contemporary, which is InTeam ourselves. We have Mirwana, we have UNIC, we have. So that's the third generation of Nasheed contemporary in Malaysia specifically. That's the timeline of the Nasheed that we can share for Malaysia music industry and also related to Nusantara. And then after 2000, like 2004 or 2005, 2006, Nasheed in Malaysia, like we cannot see like a new artist which is going to becoming popular to the mainstream level. We have a new Nasheed group, we have new Nasheed solo, but they didn't go to the level that we can call them as mainstream, the achievement, And after that, Nasheed in Malaysia have been, seen by artists from outside Malaysia. Like we have Maher Zain, we have Humud Al-Khadir, Sami Yusof. On that time, Nusantara, Malaysia, Indonesia, is becoming like a hub of Nasheed worldwide. And Nasheed from even from UK, from US, from Arabs world, they're looking to have their albums, to have their single being released in Malaysia. Malaysia and Indonesia, of course, because maybe in this area in Nusantara is like more Muslim population is very big, like Indonesia and Malaysia. The combine of that, Brunei also, Singapore. So when Maher Zain come to Malaysia on maybe around 2008 something. Actually, we are the sole distributor of Maher Zain's first album. Just to recall the what we call the history, we approached Awakening Records company of Maher Zain so many times before Maher Zain popular in the Sami Yusof time, but we didn't get any reply for our email. And then one time in the book fairs in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur International Book Fairs in Malaysia, we see the pirate album of Maher Zain. So we take photos and we email to Awakening Records. So we ask them that, why don't you give us the right to sell this original album instead of they buying the pirate album that available in Malaysia already? So they quickly answer our email, and on that time onwards, we become the sole distributor of Maher Zain in Malaysia. Alhamdulillah. So when Maher Zain come to Malaysia, that time he was not popular yet. Yeah, he's just very new to the industry. And then he released his album, and we just released like 3,000 copies of his album, but we underestimate him. And finally, the album sold like more than 100,000 copies in Malaysia in terms of CDs format, CD and cassette. And then after Maher Zain's boom, become booming in Malaysia, he becomes like one night artist, popular artist, and then we bring Humud Al-Khadir. After that, many artists from outside email us to bring their albums to launch in Malaysia. Yeah, we have Zain Bikha from South Africa. We have Mes'ud Kurti from Macedonia. We have also we also distribute Brother Opik from Indonesia in Malaysia. And that was the time when the Nasheed from outside Malaysia trying to to share the market in Malaysia and Indonesia market. Maher Zain also come to Indonesia, stay in Indonesia 1 month, become actor, and then he act in one of the Cinetron. So they see the potential of Malaysia and Indonesia market in the industry in that time, 2010 something. So that is the the what we call it, the timeline of the Nasheed in Malaysia that we can share. Okay, I think that's all. And we have a lot to tell after this, inshallah, also. Thank you.
Inshallah. So, InTeam talk about how the platform has evolved from the earlier time of Nasheed, and now it's all digital. Although it seems people take it for granted, but hopefully the positive side is that the Nasheed can reach more people because of the internet, inshallah. And then they also talk about how Nasheed is not exclusive, it's universal. So it can be both R&B and Nasheed at the same time. And then it evolved, kata orang Melayu, berkembang mengikut zaman. For the next question, so Brother Shah already mentioned it a little bit. How does Nasheed in Nusantara has influence from outside? So you mentioned it comes from Arab countries because of how Islam came from Arab, and how does the Nasheed in Nusantara unique and set them apart from Nasheed from other countries? Inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. First of all, thank you for those who attend this evening, supporting us, inshallah. And yeah, of course, history is not an favorite favorite subject, you know. I still remember during my school day, a lot of students will fall asleep during history. Yeah, inshallah, you try to make it interesting. No, it's include myself actually. But I still remember when I started try to overcome it, and I score in history, in quiz, and when teacher asked about question about history, I push myself to raise a hand and answer. So that's a way for us to start to appreciate and love history, inshallah. Yeah, of course. Please, please raise your hand if you have a question. Okay. Yeah, of course. Influence of Nasheed in Nusantara, for sure, have so many related to Arabs. First and foremost, because Arab is the language of Islam, the official language of Islam. The Quran itself is using Arabs, and if you talk about how the religion, the Islam, come to Nusantara, we come across our brother Hazamin say about the story of Wali Songo in Malaysia. There is a lot of ulama. Maybe they come in our historical book says that they are traders, pedagang, but actually they are sent by a lot of them. I heard recently, a lot of them are sent by our Sultan from Osmania dynasty to convey and to help Islam to spread in Nusantara. Even if you guys have come across the Turkish series of Paitat Abdul Hamid, Sultan Abdul Hamid, the last Ottoman Sultan, they try to convey how the Sultan is very much related to Nusantara. Even he very angry when the Aceh administrator sent to the Sultan about the situation, how the Dutch try to when the pilgrimage bila musim haji datang, then Belanda cuba menghalang orang-orang pergi haji, dan they report to the Sultan Abdul Hamid, and Abdul Hamid very angry and starts to work to overcome the situation. It's maksudnya menceritakan bagaimana how much related dinasti Sultan Uthmaniyah kepada Nusantara, dan all the Wali Songo, dan di tanah Melayu sendiri ada macam-macam ulama-ulama yang dahulu-dahulu tu, semuanya mereka itu sebenarnya datang dihantar purposely oleh para sultan. Okey, di situlah sebenarnya Arab membawa pengaruh dalam kehidupan kita, termasuk dalam music, dalam nasheed, in the nasheed. So okay, Tala al-Badru alaina, everyone know about it, the melody, yeah. طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع. So if people ask me what is the first nasheed, I can say the Tal al-Badru is one of the earliest nasheed ever sung by a human being to welcome our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrate from Mecca to Medina, and the arrival, and even it's stated in the lyrics, min thaniyatil wada', and nowadays if we go to Medina, the place is still there, and we shouldn't lepaskan peluang untuk visit those places that still exist until today, di mana Rasulullah SAW sebelum membina Masjid Quba singgah kepada sebuah kawasan kampung, dan rumah itu masih ada sampai hari ini. Okay, back to the peranan ataupun pengaruh influences of Arab in nasheed history. The answer is yes. But we try to focus on the other aspect, where actually what we want to convey and what we want to understand is how the preachers or the awliya, the para wali-wali yang dahulu, when they convey the message of Islam, the important element which we are now adopting into the music is actually para wali Allah ini, mereka tidak memusnahkan ataupun menolak 100% the originality tradition yang ada di tempat itu. Kalau tak salah saya, mungkin ada bapa daripada Indonesia boleh betulkan saya. Saya pernah mendengar cerita tentang keadaan di Bali. Di Bali itu ada seorang ketika Nusantara Islam masuk ke dalam Nusantara, termasuk di Indonesia, termasuk di Bali. So sampai ke hari ini orang-orang di Bali itu walaupun mereka sudah Islam, tapi kebanyakan mereka tidak makan lembu, katanya. Disebabkan kalau dulunya sebelumnya Hindu, semua orang sebelum datangnya Islam semuanya Hindu, tapi bagaimana para wali ini begitu meraihkan suasana, mereka mengatakan tak apa kalau tak nak makan lembu, sebab orang Hindu kan tidak makan lembu, kan. Sampai ke hari ini ada orang-orang yang Islam tapi tidak makan lembu, dan itu menunjukkan bagaimana how tolerate Islam is. And the wali and the preachers try to influence or to attract the people in that era to Islam. So macam tu jugalah the music, the nasheed. Sebenarnya kalau kita mungkin nak try nak nyanyi sikit lagu-lagu daripada yang disebutkan oleh our brother Hazamin, Tombok Hati, there's a nasheed or kesidah in Jawa, in Javanese, Jawa halus disebut kan. So it's amazing actually. It's amazing, and it's popular until now, even until now. And people like our Habib Sheikh try to make it more popular for us to sing. InsyaAllah kita nak nyanyi sikit, boleh? Boleh. Mana Tombok hati.
Tombok hati. Ada 5 perkaranya. Yang pertama.
There's a lyric in first in Jawa and then in Indonesia or Malay, insyaAllah. Tombok hati iku 5 perkara ne, kaping pisan maca Quran lan maknane, kaping pindho salat wengi lakonono, kaping telu kang soleh kumpulono, kaping papan kudu tenging kang luwe, kaping 5 zikir ngiling kang suwe. Itu dia lebih, tak habis lagi tu.
Apa maksud dia?
Okey.
Boleh terjemahkan?
Okey. Yang pertama, ubat hati ada 5 perkaranya. Yang pertama baca Quran dan maknanya. Yang kedua solat malam dirikanlah. Yang ketiga berkumpulan dengan orang soleh. Yang keempat berbanyaklah berpuasa. Yang kelima zikir malam dirikanlah. Itu lebih kurang lah. Lebih kurang maksudnya.
Ini Pak Opik ni.
Bukan.
Ya, lagu tu dipopularkan semula oleh Pak Opik dan ramai lagi lah.
Ya, Habib Sheikh.
Habib Sheikh dan lain-lain.
Alright, so the spark is Arab. Yang membawanya itu Arab, tapi ketika mereka sampai ke Nusantara, they try to adopt what already exists, and they mix what already exists and what they bring from Arabs. So that's the nice the method of our scholars. Then we are nowadays in even in Nasheed try to convey it and try to implement it. So that's why we are actually meraikan apa saja yang ada, yang apa yang ada kepada youngsters suka apa. So kita kena masuk ke dalam perkara itu, meraikan macam mana para ulama buat, supaya yang the importance is they love Islam. And they live Islam, and gradually they will embrace Islam. Yeah, insyaAllah. Alright, thank you.
Next question.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Tadi Brother Rahim ada ceritakan pasal macam mana Nasheed itu datang dari orang Arab kan, sebagai salah satu cara diorang berdakwah, dan macam mana Islam tu datang tidak mematikan culture yang dah ada kat situ kan. So diorang adapt selagi mana dah tidak melanggar syariat, diorang boleh adapt. Begitu juga dengan masa zaman sekarang kan. So kalau kita nak lakukan dakwah, dia ada cara-cara dan dia punya hikmah lah untuk buat dia. Bukan just main redah je. Okay, untuk soalan seterusnya, InsyaAllah ni soalan terakhir sebelum saya buka soalan Q&A daripada audience. How can we support Nasheed in Nusantara and worldwide?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, last time in the CDs era and in the cassette era, we asked them to buy we asked them to buy the original album, buy the original copy of the albums, yeah, because we have pirated version of it. Even if we ourselves can pirate the album ourselves, like we recorded it from radio, or we dubbed from another CDs or another cassette. So nowadays we ask them to support us by listening to the what we call it, to the platforms that we release the single or the album, the original platforms. We also have a official platform, we call it. So that's the way how we support, the easiest way, the first way. Of course, if you want to support, like you want to sponsor a production cost, or that it's different things. But for listeners, for supporters, the least that we can do is to listen to the official platform of the artist himself, like from the Spotify, from the Deezers, from the YouTube, from everywhere, because those platforms will pay to the artist. We cannot call it as a royalty. It's actually a payment for advertisement, because nowadays how the things work is the music is a place to put advertisement. We monetize the music videos in YouTube, so where the advertisers will put the advertisement on the song. That's why the songs become free to be listened by us. So that is how we support in first place. That's why artists would not love if you download and put it in your handphone, unless you download it paid download, iTunes, something like that. So if you view YouTube, sometimes you skip the advertisement. So it gives impact on the collections of the payment. We can say royalties, monetization from the advertisers. So that's the now the now thing. It's work like that. We have to share the link. When the artist release new single, we share it to other people, make it become trending. So that's one way to help them to generate back the income to cover the productions of the one songs or one album. It's not cheap to compose or to produce one song. In Malaysia, it will cost like something more than 10,000 for ringgit Malaysia, maybe like 15,000 or something. If you want to do it in higher quality, we have to spend like 20,000 for one song only. It's not for one album. So if we want to cover back the cost, we have at least the YouTube music video, official music video, must be seen like more than 3 million or 5 million viewers. So that's just break even. Just make it break even for the cost. So that's how we support. One way how we support directly. Other way is like we always give them moral support, and we attend their concert. we buy the tickets. Now Rabbani is holding a big concert for 25 years, Rabbani anniversary. Alhamdulillah, until now, actually, the event that we organize concerts before this concert, Nasheed Legenda, is sold out. The ticket is sold out, Alhamdulillah. And before that, in the pandemic, during the pandemic time, we did an online concert, Nasheed concert InTeam 20th years anniversary. Alhamdulillah, also it goes very well. The ticket sold like more than 3,000 pieces for online tickets. So that's one way how we can support the Nasheed industry. There's many ways actually. You want to add some more? Subscribe. Yeah, of course. Subscribe to their channel, YouTube. Now YouTube is like the main income for artists, because YouTube is paying the highest payment royalties, compared to Spotify, iTunes. So that's why artists will always release their single in YouTube. And then what else? FYP TikTok. So he's asking to follow his TikTok.
the original version of using the original version of the song tracks, or make it viral, So that's the way how, because the most important things about nasheeds, it's about melody come out from the content of Islamic content. Most of the Maulid, the Qasida, is written by the big scholars before. It's like Imam Abdullah al-Haddad, Imam Busiri. It's a very, very meaningful with the soul and spirit of Islam, how to deliver, how to tell us about the story of the Prophet ﷺ. The way they write it come from their heart and their knowledge. So that's why Nasheed is the way how to deliver to ourselves with the melodies, because we can memorize the melodies. We can memorize about the content of Islam, like the months of Islam. Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, Rabiul Akhir, Jumadil Awwal. There is lot of songs of 5 pillars of Islam, like Rayhan. That's how we can memorize the info of Islam, information of Islam. How Nasheed have become the education part. So it's very important to support, and that's how the Nasheed become the industry. It's a production. In future, we want more content to be delivered to our future generation, to our kids. So hopefully that's how you can support. I think the Western also, they support their musics through the digital platforms, and also come support for the concerts. Although like World Cup in soccer, in football, it looks how they play with the one ball there, 11. So how the world can make money then? How the final game is tickets sold about $1,000 just for one game for 90 minutes, So how people value a certain appreciation. So that's how we can appreciate Islam, focusing the Nasheed as a Islamic art, by support, like Hazamin say, the platform, the channels, there's lots of Islamic labels in Malaysia like us, InTeam Records, Artifacts. Although the Raihan, Rabbani, they have their own labels. And then in the worldwide, like Awakening in Europe. So like in I think in Canada, like Dean Squad. So we support each other. That's how we can grow the industry and spread the Islam, inshallah.
Okay, so to summarize, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, now I would like to open the floor for questions, if anyone have.
Yeah.
I think I can project it up. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, Jazakallah khair kathira. Brothers in team. In 2022, during virtual Muktamar, we have them virtually.
Yeah.
So
Of course, yeah.
right now, we actually have them live here, inshallah. So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy. Just for your information, I went to school with our Nasheed brothers.
MashaAllah. Who's that?
I'm a senior for them.
Yeah.
Me and the rest are the whole.
MashaAllah.
So just one question, because we are talking today about the involvement of the Nasheed industry for the past maybe 20-30 years, right? So di Malaysia itu kita always looked at the pop culture where kita ada irama kemelayuan.
Yep.
For example, our famous Datuk Siti Nurhaliza is always singing irama kemelayuan. You guys did mention about the involvement of the music itself.
Yep.
From, like I said, it started as like more pop, R&B ballad, and now for the past couple of years, you came into the mainstream of US and Canada, where R&B and also rap becomes more prominent. But is there a plan or during this time that you also approach or use irama Melayu, not only because of the irama but also the traditional musical instrument, not only kita di Malaysia but also in Indonesia, kerana there's a lot. Contohnya in the Minang culture we have Talempong, we have Gong, for example, in Indonesia we have Angklung in Indonesia, for example. All those kind of instrument that be able to kind of like support the irama Melayu or irama Nusantara in your kind of music, inshallah.
Thank you so much for the question, Mr.
Muhammad Asmar,
Maksum. Okay.
Boleh tanya apa kawan-kawan semangka dia will know.
Oh, okay, inshallah. Kau jam, saya tanya nanti.
Tanya Izhar, he will know.
Izhar, inshallah. Okay, actually, in fact, it's actually our strategy to conquer the international market is by using traditional music of Malaysia and Indonesia, Nusantara music. If we say that we do hip hop, R&B, rock, pop, it's actually for Malaysian market. Because if we do pop, here they're way more advanced from us. So when we bring like traditional music of Malaysia, of Indonesia, of Nusantara, it's a new thing to them, to the worldwide, to the international market. That's what Raihan did actually. Raihan didn't come to the mainstream market of the world music with rock or pop or something that already there, but they came with new menu, new recipes. So Alhamdulillah, it's successful, and that what we do in RIS, in Muslim Fest. We didn't sing our pop song, we didn't sing our ballad song or our R&B or hip hop song, but we sing qasidah using the traditional Nusantara instrument. Even if any one of you follow us, that 3 times we come to RIS, we wear the Nusantara, what we call it, costume, busana Melayu costume with tanja, all that, with samping in front of them. They're quite weird because we are wearing samping skirts outside. But Alhamdulillah, it works. And the musical instrument also we use gendang Sunda from Nusantara. from Indonesia, rebana Melayu, kompang, and we hybrid it. We combine it with Arabic instrument like darbuka. But it sounds Malay, it sounds Nusantara, it sounds like Melayu punya bunyi lah. So that make it different from what they have. If you want to do it's pure Arabic, you know, like here many Arabs people from Syria, from Palestine, from everywhere else. So they are more advanced from us. Yeah. So I think it works for now, and we will improve, and we will take that strategy and make it more advanced. Traditional instrument plus new style of arrangement, what we say upbeat arrangement. So that what Brother Fauzan from RS said to us, that they are trying to find how to make teenagers like the Qasida, like the Nasheed, old school Nasheed, because that sounded too traditional. So when we do the upbeat arrangement of the music, Alhamdulillah, we get the attention from the teenagers, especially from the Canadians itself. So yes, the strategy is good, and we're gonna do it, but we have to be more creative to make it, outstanding. Like people will notice that, wow, this is different. Although they know that we have a Rabana, we have Sunda, but it's still different, not like the common traditional music. So I think is that answer the question? Thank you so much. Thank you. So any other question?
Anyone have any other questions? Yeah. Yep.
They seem to be deteriorating right now.
Yep.
So what's your take on that? Because I think that most of our teenagers back home in Malaysia, especially my nieces,
Yep.
they're influenced by Blackpink and whatnot.
Yeah.
And whenever we talk
That's
about,
right.
Inspirational female Nasheed singers, they don't seem to recognize anyone. They do know Rabani, they do know InTeam, they do know Raihan, but when we ask them about female Nasheed singers, it's not working that much. So what's your take on that?
Okay, thank you for the question. In fact, in Malaysia or in Nusantara, in the 70s, actually, Nasheed scene is conquered by female. Yeah, almost all majority of the group is females. We have Al Jawahir, Al Suraya, Al Mizan, Orkesin Harmony, is all females group. I think Nusantara people or Malaysian people or Muslim world, their belief or their thinking or the Sharia ways for women singing is still very conventional, so very strict. But in terms of Nasheed sahajalah, bila lagu pop dia dengar pula perempuan nyanyi. So that weird lah, dia agak pelik lah. So maybe sebab kita pun tengok beberapa penyanyi Nasheed perempuan yang keluar di pasaran kurang mendapat sambutan. So we don't know about that, but antara yang kita dapat simpulkan ialah mungkin masih lagi agak kuat pegangan bahawa perempuan itu tak dibenarkan suaranya aurat dan sebagainya lah. Mungkin pegangan itu yang menyebabkan masih kurang sambutan kepada penyanyi-penyanyi perempuan lah. Cuma bagi kami memilih jalan yang agak sederhana, moderate way, that women can be a singer, but with conditions, with conditions, syarat-syarat yang diperlukan lah untuk diikuti, seperti kita tengok sekarang ada Nisa Sabian kalau Indonesia kan, ramai juga yang successful, yang berjaya. Cuma macam saya kata tadi, masih lagi pandangan masyarakat kita, kalau perempuan tak boleh menyanyi. Tapi bila when it goes to pop song, let's go, semua boleh dengar kan. So mungkin sebab Nasheed itu dikaitkan dengan agama Islam. So bila orang nak dengar Nasheed, so they have to follow all the you know, all the regulations of that whatnot. Jadi itu saya rasalah pendapat saya, wallahu alam. Tapi I think it's good kalau ada ramai lagi perempuan yang boleh menyampaikan lagu-lagu nasyid, khususnya untuk perempuan lah, untuk pendengar-pendengar perempuan, untuk penonton-penonton perempuan sendiri. InsyaAllah, wallahu alam.
Ada soalan lagi?
Kalau saya boleh tambah sikit, in fact sebenarnya Awakening sendiri ada plan untuk mengeluarkan artis perempuan, even dah ada pun sebenarnya artis, tapi tak tahu kenapa sampai sekarang they still didn't release, or maybe they release but not successful, I'm not sure. Tapi officially saya tak nampak dia punya single tu dekat Awakening punya page lah. But I say dah 5 tahun, mungkin lebih 5 tahun kot, they've been mentioned that they have female artists. Yeah, from Germany I think. Yep.
Okay, terima kasih atas soalan yang ditanya, dan terima kasih kumpulan InTeam atas perkongsian pengetahuan dan jawapan yang diberikan. InsyaAllah di sini saja kita punya session untuk kali ini. Kita tutup majlis kita dengan tasbih kafarah dan suratul Asr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa 'amilus salihati wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih kerana attending this session.
Bawah 1 tahun